Okay, so for this video, we're going to simplify algebraic expressions with three like terms. So as you can see in the first one, you have 5x, you have negative 2x, and you have positive 3x. So whenever you look at an expression, you want to identify the like terms. Now in this case, every term is alike. So if this happens, you want to take it two terms at a time. So you want to do, and you could do it however order you want, but if you work from left to right, sometimes it is easier. So I'm going to do 5x minus 2x first. 5x minus 2x gives you 3x. So you have 3x. I'm going to rewrite that right here. The reason why I'm going to rewrite it is because now you have this at the end. So you just bring that down and you write plus 3x. So this right here is the result of this. And this right here is brought all the way down for here. So I'll bring that all the way down. It's that. Then you simply add them together and your answer is 6x. So that's basically the straightforward, easy way to do it. Now the second one, let's go with the decimals. With the decimals, again, same exact way. You just have to remember to line up your decimal points. So let's start with 3.2y plus 2.6y. Now I have a negative in here, so I'm going to save that negative for last so I can combine the two positive numbers first using addition. So I'm going to write it up and down vertically because with decimals you can line up the decimal point that way. So 3.2 plus 2.6, then you add them to bring the decimal point down. 2 plus 6 is 8. 3 plus 2 is 5. So you have 5.8y. Now you have over here, what's left comes right down, minus 1.2y. So this is what you're left over. 5.8y is the result of combining the first two like terms. Then you just bring down the negative 1.2y and add it and put it to the end. Now you can combine these two terms as well. I'm going to write it vertically again. 5.8 minus 1.2. 8 minus 2 is 6. Bring your decimal point down. 5 minus 1 is 4. So when you combine these two, your answer is 4.6y. And that is your final answer. So you want to break these problems up into two separate parts. It's the easiest way to do it. Now, there are two different ways to do your fraction part. You can break it up in two different parts, and I'll show you both ways. The first way is you could break it up into the first two. So you have 1/2 x plus 1/3 x. Now, when you break it up like that, you need a common denominator. The common denominator is 6. Again, you get that from multiplying the two numbers together. So 2 times 3 gives you 6. So 1 times 3 gives you 3. 3 times 2 gives you 6. So 1 times 2 gives you 2. So this is 5/6. Now so 5/6x. Now you have this negative 1/4 x. Let's bring that straight down. So you have minus 1/4x. Now, same thing, you want to find a common denominator. I'll say the common denominator is 12. Subtraction, so it's 12. There we go. So 6 times 2, you do the same exact thing. 6 times 2 gives you 12. 5 times 2 gives you 10. 4 times 3 gives you 12. So 1 times 3 gives you 3. Now the denominator stays the same. Then you do 10 minus 3 for your numerator, which gives you 7. So your answer is 7 over 12x. That's one way you can do it with fractions. The other way you can do it, and let me rewrite the problem. So we have 1/2 x plus 1/3 x minus 1/4 x. The other way you can do it is find a common denominator for all three terms. Now, a common denominator for all three terms is the lowest number that 2, 3, and 4 all go into. So, if you want to multiply all three together, you can. But I'm going to look at it and see that they all go into 12 evenly. So 12 would be my least common denominator. Let's put a little x in there for all of them. Okay. 6 times 2 is 12. 1 times 6 is 6. Now I'm just doing the same thing as when we're adding fractions. 3 times 4 gives you 12. So 1 times 4 gives you 4. 4 times 3 gives you 12. So 1 times 3 gives you 3. So now you have another expression, but you could say that all these terms are like terms, but now they all have a common denominator. So now once they have a common denominator, you could keep that the same. And now you could just do the operations with the numerator from left to right. So you have 6 plus 4. So you have 6 plus 4, which is 10. Then you do 10 minus 3, which gives you 7. That's your numerator. So you get the same exact answer, 7 over 12x. Now you could do it either way, whichever one is easy for you. That's the way I want you to do it, but both ways are correct.